And welcome into our broadcast as we get set for exciting football action for you here tonight from Lester Bond Field as the EC Glass Hilltoppers are in town to face the Gretna Hawks. And we'll have all the action for you right here. You be sure and join us for all the action, and we promise an exciting time tonight. The Hawks, of course, first week last week came away with a loss against Jefferson Forest by a score of 33-12. It was EC Glass beating Lord Botetourt 28-14 last week. So the Hilltoppers come in at 1-0. Hawks are 0-1. The Hawks have benefited from two home games to open up the season. We'll be on the road next week against Magna Vista. Magna Vista lost to LCA last week by a score of 40-0. Other scores of note around our district: Dan River beat Tunstall 46-20. It was Prince Edward beating Chatham 21-6. William Campbell losing to Stanton River 35-28. Appomattox over Buckingham 37-24. Lunenburg Central beating Alta Vista 54-17, and Randolph Henry over Nelson County 19-6. Those are the scores that affect us mostly here in the Dogwood District. We anticipate a 7 o'clock kickoff time, and we are heading on up towards that time, about 14 minutes away. Stuart Burnett with you on a beautiful Friday night. A little warm for football, but not bad for this time of year. So a nice sunny sky, the lights are on, and we're about 13 minutes away from the kickoff here tonight. The Hawks in black pants, blue jerseys, blue helmets with the big G on the side. And EC Glass in with blue pants and white jerseys and the blue helmet with glass on the side of that. So blue on each side tonight. Home team with the blue jersey and the away team with the white jersey. And the Gretna High School Marching Hawks getting ready to perform for us shortly. Of course, here in the locked press box, we won't be able to hear them, and we apologize for that. Kim will be along here shortly. She is on the way into the stadium and will be here shortly. Again, it's the Hawks hosting the Hilltoppers here at Lester Bond Field, season game 2 of the regular season. And we hope you'll join us and stick with us throughout the game tonight. Hawks have a tough task going up against the higher enrollment EC Glass, and so certainly the Glass team will have a whole lot more players and some bigger players as well. We'll see how the Hawks are able to handle that adversity here tonight. Again, we are at week 2 of our 2022 season. Are the Hawks where they like to be? No, they like to be 1-0, but fell to Jefferson Forest by a score of 33-14 last week. Looking to get back going here tonight, but they'll have a tough task here against the Hilltoppers. Again, they were victorious over Lord Botetourt 28-14 last week. Stuart Burnett with you here on this Friday night as we open up September 2nd and our second week of the season so far. We again have the band getting ready to perform, and Hawks players still going through some warm-ups, and some are down kneeling on the southern end of the Lester Bond Field. Stuart Burnett with you here, and we are glad you're tuning in with us tonight. And so we will, of course, shortly get underway with our kickoff. We are about 11 minutes away from 7 o'clock, which is the scheduled kickoff time. Sometimes we go a little early, and it looks like we may do that tonight as already the Gretna ROTC is presenting the American flag and the Virginia state flag, and we will have the national anthem for you here in just a moment. Cheerleaders have lined up down on the south end of the field for the Hawks to run through. And again, we're awaiting the national anthem. And again, because we are enclosed here, we won't be able to hear that, won't be able to bring it to you. But right now, the national anthem is underway. And we will, of course, be bringing you football action shortly. Don't forget, we're on the road next week to head out to Magna Vista to face the Warriors. And Magna Vista took it on the chin last week against LCA, losing 40-0. So that's coming up next week. But we've got this game here tonight to work out, and we'll have the action for you right here. You're tuned to us on the Cross FM, whether you're tuned to us on Spreaker.com or Twitter at Voice of Hawks. Wherever you're at, we welcome you in tonight. We are not on 104.3 FM tonight. That is just a issue this week. We will be back on with them next week. So remember that. We also would remind you that Campers Care is in the process right now of taking another camper, and may be there by now, to Pilgrim's Knob, Kentucky, to help out another family that has been affected by the floods out there in Kentucky. So I know they would certainly appreciate your prayers. Also, if you would like to make donations, you can send a check to Campers Care at P.O. Box 1145, Gretna, Virginia. Also, you can go online, and they have a portal there that you can also donate to as well. So remember that if you'd like to help out. Certainly it would be appreciated by all those involved with the Campers Care Ministry here in Gretna. All right. Hawks have Hawk Pride on the banner. And it says, "We bleed blue and gold." And hopefully we won't see too much blood tonight. Hawks getting ready to run through that banner. Still looking, EC Glass over on the side hasn't made it over to the sideline yet as either. So we're about 8 minutes away now from the start of tonight's game. Again, a beautiful night for football, and we are glad you're joining us tonight, and hope you enjoy our coverage. Again, Kim Burnett will be here shortly to join me here in the broadcast booth. And we're still waiting for the captains to come out. So far, over on the far side, it looks like the Glass captains are lined up and getting set to come out. Looks like across the way, number 1, Marty Kittrell. Number 3, Lavarius Gilbert. 16, George White. And cannot quite make out the 4th player. Second one, 46 maybe. Yeah. There's no 46 on the roster, so anyway. Could be 10. All right, we'll go with 10 for now. Tayon Mosby. Again, just not able to pick up his jersey number. Of course, we'll have the captains for Gretna over shortly to come out and meet the Hilltopper captains. Still waiting for the Hawks and the Hilltoppers to run through their banners. And the cheerleaders, they got the banner backwards, I think. But anyway, yeah, they're going to turn it around. Okay. And now we can read it. There's going to be some angry birds tonight. That's what the Hilltoppers say. And the Hawks say, "Hawk Pride, we bleed blue and gold."
There's one more commercial, number 5.
And still waiting for both teams to hit the field. Captains for Gretna now coming over. That's number 10, Nick Sparrow. Number 4, Melvin Wooden, coming over for the Hawks. And looks like we'll just have the 2 come out. Officials are waiting. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff time. Thereabout. Captains will head on out now to meet at the 40-yard line. And it will be set to go here shortly. All right, so now coming out to the field to meet, and meeting at the 40 because the band is on the field. And we will have introductions and coin toss here momentarily. And still waiting to try to pick up that number of that one Hilltopper that we cannot pick up. And right now getting set for the coin toss. And still some instructions. I think we're just about ready now for the toss. And again, the Hilltoppers in town to face the Gretna Hawks here at Lester Bond Field. Hawks at 0-1. And Hilltoppers at 1-0. All right, here's the toss. And the coin picked up by the official. He will show it to the other official. Maybe that was a Chuck E. Cheese coin or something he pulled out of his pocket. All right. I don't know who won the toss at this point. It looks like the Hawks will receive the kick. EC Glass will be kicking from north to south as we get started here. And now waiting for the teams to run through their banners. And we'll be set to go here. And so, again, just a little bit of a delay here as we get set. We are just about 3 minutes away. Here come the Hilltoppers through with their team. And now the Hawks are coming over to the home side of the field. And we're just about ready for the kickoff. And so now, Gretna will be receiving the kick to get things going here momentarily. Stuart Burnett with you on a football Friday night here in Gretna. Under the lights. And just about set to go. Official has placed the ball at the 40 where the Hilltoppers will come out and tee it up. And the Hilltoppers lined up there getting ready to come out across the field in their blue pants, white jerseys, blue helmets. And the Hawks, black pants, blue jerseys, blue helmets. And the Hawks now taking their place. Back deep is going to be Dante Davis and Zamarian Younger. And now here comes the Hilltoppers. Kicker will be number 8, it appears, Kason Brim. And we'll set it up and we're ready to go at 6:59. So just before 7 o'clock, we're ready to go. A short approach here by the kicker is actually number 44. And here's the kick. This one's high. Will be taken at the 30 and dropped and fallen on there at about the 29-yard line. That was number 5, Ryder Brooks, who fumbled it and covered it quickly as the Glass kick team approached. Kick it on that was number 44, Will Packett, by the way. And so now the Hawks will start out at their 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Melvin Wooden, the quarterback. He's got 2 running backs. Looks like one up, one back. And probably we'll see motion. Here's the handoff right up the middle, pushed back. I believe that was Hayden Moon on the carry. and he'll lose a half a yard. So second down, we'll call it 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. First carry of the game, a 1 yard loss. Hawks had a bad start on that first series last week, and they hope they don't repeat that here this week. 2nd and 11. Wooden, quick throw out. It's complete and ahead to about the 34-yard line. That was, check that number, and so far it's LaDonta Davis. Dante Davis on the short catch. He'll pick up about 7, and still 3rd and 4 coming up for the Hawks. And the Hawks now a little bit of issue trying to get lined up. They're going to run receivers back and forth trying to get set. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And Wooden will take it. Straight drop, under pressure, dumps it off. It's complete up the right sideline. A flag on the play up to the 49-yard line. I believe that was Hayden Moon on the catch, but there's a flag at the 41-yard line. And waiting now for the indication. All right. Still trying to get an indication of what we got here. What would have been a first down catch. It's going to be going back, it appears. Ineligible receiver downfield, and that was very unfortunate. Screen pass is usually a timing situation, and your lineman waits a certain amount of time and goes, and anticipating that ball has been delivered. So that's a tough call there against the Hawks. Takes away the first down. Now makes it 3rd and 8 for Gretna. Wooden going to throw it again. Decent protection. Throws it underneath, but in and out of the hands of Hayden Moon. Could not pull it in. And it'll be 4th down now. 4th down for the Hawks on a punting situation. Going back deep is number 3, Lavarius Gilbert, and number 1, Marty Kittrell. And so now 4th down, punting situation. Donald Wilson into punt. Here's the snap, and he's not ready for it. He wasn't even looking, and it hits him, and he falls on it. A very similar situation as last week when there was a high snap. This time the snap was low, but Wilson was not even anticipating that snap, so there was some kind of an issue there between the long snapper and getting the ball back to the punter.
It looked like to me,
Hey.
It looked like to me he was trying to decide where he's going to kick the ball, punt the ball.
I don't know what he was. Let's work on this for a minute. All right, so 1st and 10 for Glass inside of the 20. And here's the quarterback handing off number 2. Goes left, and it will be stood up after a short gain. That was Mike Thomas Jr. on the carry. And he will pick up a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 coming up now for the Hilltoppers. And the Hilltoppers ready to go for the next play. No huddle. Quarterback number 16, George White. He will spread out 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, running back to his right. And here's the snap, looking to throw, throwing back the other way, complete to number 2. Down the sideline, I see a flag at around the 5-yard line. He's near the touchdown, but this is a flag inside of the 5 at about the 4. So a good-looking play there as White looked the other way and then threw back and found his receiver wide open. That was Mike Thomas Jr. But this one, I believe, is coming back. It is. And so that will be a holding penalty. And because it was so far downfield, they'll actually gain a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 7. Ball placed just inside of the 15-yard line. No score from Gretna High School. Glass and Gretna. And here's the snap, the give, number 10. Up the middle, off the right tackle, ahead for about 5. Actually, maybe a little closer to 6 or so. Going to bring it up 3rd and short. 3rd down on a long one now, as that was number 10, I think, on the carry. And he was the captain, though I couldn't see his jersey earlier.
Mosby.
One of the captains. All right, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback by himself. He'll have a man inside on the left slot. And here's White to run. White trying to get around the outside, flag on the play. He's in for the score, but there's a flag in the backfield. All right. All right. This is around the 12-yard line. Holding is the call against DC Glass. And so this one will be a little harder to overcome because it was behind the line of scrimmage. So after they mark off the yardage, you're looking at 3rd and about 13, 14. It's like 14. 3rd and 14 now for the Hilltoppers. All right, quarterback back to pass. Going for it all here. He's got his receiver out there and in and out of his hands. Nice defensive play by Matthew Thompson because it looked like Tracy was going to catch that, but he hit him and knocked it loose. Brings up 4th down. Nice pass, though, by White. It was right where it needed to be. And Tracy just could not hold on to it. They're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 14. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Quick throw, left side. And it's incomplete. And it will be the Hawks dodging that early turnover and getting the ball back on down. So good job by that Gretna defense to hold this to a scoreless tie and give the Hawks new life on offense. So good job there.
8:28 on the clock, Stuart.
8:28 to go in the first quarter. No score from Lester Bond Field here at Gretna High School. Stuart Burnett and Kim Burnett with you. Finally got here.
Sorry.
And so, anyway, we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Glad you're okay.
Thank you.
All right, so first down for the Hawks. Wooden going to hand it off. Hayden Moon. Hayden trying to pick his way through, and it's not much there, but he will get a little push out to the 25-yard line. And so now 2nd down for the Hawks. 2nd down. Players coming in and out. We've got Jiggets coming out. And I cannot catch one of the other numbers coming out as well. 6, Davion Hall. So 2nd and 7 now. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And Wooden to run. Wooden's got blockers, and he's got a little holding, too, going on there. So penalty, and he will be pushed down at around the 32. But this one's coming back. So far tonight, a lot of penalties on both sides of the ball here in the first quarter. So another holding penalty, and boy, you got 3 blockers out there in front of you, and you got a hold that appeared to be over on the other side of the field. 10 yards from the spot of infraction makes it 2nd and 16 or 17. So the Hawks, 2nd down and 17. Ball about the 15-yard line. Wooden takes a look at the sideline. They're changing up the call. They'll take a look at their wristbands and run a different play. And here's Wooden to throw. going for a big chunk here. He throws it up, and there's intercepted. A whole lot of pushing and shoving there between the two, but it is intercepted.
Marty Cottrell.
By
number 1, Marty Cottrell.
Lavarius Gilbert with the interception.
Number 1.
So Glass will start this drive.
1st and 10 for EC Glass at the 49-yard line. So from the 49, kind of like a little punt there. Now 1st and 10. Quarterback now under center, turns, pitches it to the tailback, cuts it back inside, skips out of a tackle, and will be finally stood up after a first down run to the near the 30-yard line. That was Thomas coming around the right side, then cut it back to the middle and found some room. Gain of 11. 1st and 10 at the Gretna 40. All right, White turns, gives it again to Thomas. Thomas jumps through the hole, ahead for about 6 over the left side. Now 2nd and 4 for EC Glass. No score here in the first quarter. Glass with their second possession now. They have it at the Gretna 34-yard line. Quarterback under center, and he will turn, fakes it, and hands it off going around the outside as number 3, Gilbert, gets around the containment and now spins back to the middle of the field, gives up some yardage, and will still have enough for the first down.
He was finally brought down by 4 Hawks.
And he got 7 yards on the carry and enough for the first down.
He ran more than 7 yards.
Yep. Now 1st and 10, Glass moving quickly here. Back ready to go. Quarterback this time will hand it to the fullback. I think it's the fullback. Straight ahead. And finally stood up around the 20-yard line. Nice hard run by number 42, I think it
42.
was. 42 on that carry
42 Cashwell with the carry.
was Cashwell. I think. Not sure about that. Yeah, it was Cashwell. Now 2nd and 3. White hands it off to number 2. Ahead near the first down. That's Thomas. He needed 3. Looks like he got 3. And so now inside of the red zone and ready to run the next play. Hilltoppers moving quickly from play to play. 1st and 10. 17-yard line. Receiver to the left. Everybody else in tight. And here's a pitch. Thomas left side. He is hit hard after a gain of about 3 over there.
He was bulldozed.
That was trying to get that number 22 maybe. Khalil Waller maybe. Hard to pick up those jersey numbers.
Yeah.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Glass started this drive at their 49. There's a high snap. White's got it, looking to throw, and he overthrows his intended receiver, number 3, Gilbert. And now it's 3rd down and 7.
Can I ask one of those questions?
You can ask.
Get your rolling eyes going. So are they
3rd and 7?
Are they getting their calls from the sideline, or
Yes.
are they memorizing what they need to do?
They get them from sideline.
They're going very quickly,
Yeah.
and okay.
Signals from the sideline. 3rd and 7. All right, high snap, gets past the quarterback. He'll have to go back and pick it up, try to make something happen. He's got a wide open receiver.
And he did
Touchdown. That was Cottrell.
Wow.
Touchdown.
The Hawks defense got so concerned about the high snap, they forgot about covering the receivers. Cottrell was wide open. And it's a touchdown.
So that was about
I think it's 15. 17. All right, so in for the extra point, number 44, Will Packett. High snap, placement, kick on the way. Everything worked. And the Hilltoppers lead it now by a score 7-0 here in the first quarter. And the Hawks made a big mistake there. Looks like they might have been able to get out of that series with that high snap. White was able to pick it up and make a big play, finding Kittrell all alone in the end zone and for the score. So EC Glass breaks out on top here late in the first quarter, and they lead at 7-0. And so Hilltoppers will kick it off again.
I'm sure that's one that the Hawks will replay over and over this week and all season.
I think they probably expected the quarterback to just fall on that ball.
I was expecting him to fall too.
And they gave up on defending the pass.
Yeah.
And
there was no pressure at all.
And so now the Hilltoppers to kick. All right, back deep is Davis and Younger, I think it is. Back deep to receive the kick. And here comes the kick. Another high kick. It's going to fall and gets away down the sideline, goes out of bounds. That will be a penalty against the Hilltoppers. That was a dicey play there. Moon let it go. I think it was Moon. Or it may have been Brooks over there that let it go and thought maybe that Davis might have a play on it, but it trickled out of bounds, and so it will be re-kicked from the 35, 5-yard penalty. And the Hilltoppers will kick again. All right.
I have another question.
Okay.
Why didn't they just put it at the 20-yard line? Like when it goes out of bounds, no? No? Okay.
On a punt you can, but not on a kick.
I see.
They could have taken it at the 35. All right.
Who elected to re-kick then?
Gretna. All right, a repeat. This one is going to be taken by number 7. He goes to the center of the field, finds a little gap. He's to midfield and caught from behind and bulldog down at the 44-yard line. Nice return there for Gretna. That was Kamari Chatton on the return.
I'm glad that Gretna elected to re-kick.
Yeah, instead of getting it at the 35, they get it at the EC Glass 44-yard line.
Yeah.
So you never know. It's a gamble. But with everybody kicking short this year, not as much of a gamble. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks, EC Glass side of the field at their 44. Wooden takes it, hands it off straight ahead, and there's nothing there but Hilltoppers. And a short loss on that one as it was still waiting for the number 14 on the carry. That was Younger. They're going to give him right back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and a long 10.
Beautiful night for football.
Certainly is.
There's still room out in the stands if you want to come by early in the game.
Now 2nd down. Hawks trailing 7-0, getting their offense set. And 2 running backs and 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, and taking a little bit of extra time here getting set up. I think they need to be careful they don't take too much time. Here's the play, and it's a busted play, and Wooden will lose 5 yards on it. That's one of those deals where maybe you're better off to just take a timeout. Complete confusion on that play. And so now 3rd and 15 for Gretna.
16 and 2 are coming in. Jamarius Jiggets and Rome Barber for Gretna on the sideline for a bit.
All right. Taking a look at the sideline again, trying to get the play straight. And again, we got a little bit of confusion. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And we've got Davis running it. Davis around the right side, and he will get about 5 yards, but he still needs about 10 more. Actually, they're going to mark him back to about a 3-yard gain. And 4th and 13 now. Punting team coming out for the Hawks. And so now with the Hilltoppers leading 7-0, they'll get the ball back on offense. We're late in the first quarter. Donald Wilson back out this time to punt again. Hopefully he'll be able to see this snap coming this time. There was some confusion before. Good snap. Pressure's there. He gets the kick away. It's high and short. It gets a great bounce, though. It will go inside of the 20, and we'll be down to around the 18-yard line. So Wilson had pressure coming right up the middle on him, but he was able to get it out of there. Gets a little bounce at the end. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at their 18-yard line. 2:09 to go in the first quarter. Glass leading 7-0. Quarterback is 16, George White. And he will have, looks like possibly 5 receivers here. And he's going to move in 1. That's Gilbert. And we've got a timeout. Gretna. Gretna takes a timeout here. A couple minutes left in the first quarter. And we'll remind you again that Campers Care Ministries is on the move this weekend, taking a camper down to Pilgrim's Knob, Kentucky, where they've been a victim of flooding. And hopefully they have got that there now and have been able to provide a home for somebody that since the flood has not had a home. So remember them. Again, if you would like to support the cause, you can send a check to Campers Care Ministries at P.O. Box 1145, Gretna, Virginia, 24557, or you can go to their website and make a payment online as well. Any help would be appreciated. All right, 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. And again, they're going to run the same play. Going to bring Gilbert in, stand him to the left of the quarterback, and he will get the handoff. And trying to take it left. He's got a little bit of room, but a nice tackle. Flag on the play. Gained about 7, but there's a flag which would probably indicate holding against EC Glass. And so this occurred right around the line of scrimmage.
Holding.
All right, so holding against the Hilltoppers. This will take it all the way down to around the 10-yard line. So 1st and 18 now. A good chance for the Gretna defense to make something happen here. Of course, you don't want to give up the big play. Here's White to throw. A little pass to the flats. Got good blocking out there. And we've got an injured player, and that's Matthew Thompson. Thompson, of course, had the leg injury last year that took him out for a good portion of the season, and we hopefully that's not what this is here. So the gain is all the way out to near 1st down yardage, but shy of it by about 6 yards. And so it looks like 2nd and 6 coming up. And again, that's Matthew Thompson. Thompson was injured early last year, and we just hopeful that the senior hasn't got a serious injury here. And so we've got an injury timeout, and
Taking his helmet off.
Right now they're attending to him. And so they may have moved the ball up a little bit farther. It looks like it might end up being 2nd and about 2 or 3. Again, on the play, it was a little pass out in the flats. A couple of receivers out in front blocking.
They're getting him up.
And they blocked Thompson down, and they're going to have to help him off the field. This is not good for Matthew Thompson. Again, he missed most of last season because of a knee injury. All right, so play getting ready to resume on the field. 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff, number 10, going around the left side. And he is going to be brought down after about a 4-yard gain, but that is enough for a first down. That was Mosby on the carry. Looks like he got about 5. 1st and 10 now for the Hilltoppers. New player in for Glass is Avante Brown, number 4. Comes in for this play. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in to the line. Running back, a man in motion, comes across. And here's White handing going the other way. This is number 2, Thomas, breaking tackles, and he's ahead for about 12 or 13 yards. Glass running a lot of misdirection plays here against the Hawks, and so far they're working. Out to the 45-yard line now, 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers leading 7-0 and got a pretty good drive going here now. Now 1st and 10.
I can't really see the clock, but it's a minute something.
All right, here's quarterback under pressure, rolling right, and he's going to get hit.
Whoa.
And will run out of bounds as a late hit on the sideline. Hopefully nobody's hurt over there, as that play carried a couple of players into the sideline, but everybody's up okay.
4-yard gain brings up 2nd
And White gained 4 on that play. He was hit, but he didn't go down. And
Actually, he fell on one of his players. Just fell right on top of him.
2nd down and 6. White's a little bit sturdier than I think we thought when he was hit. He continued on. Here's handoff, number 10, going left. Blockers in front. Cuts it back inside. And will be stood up after about an 8-yard gain, and that's enough for a first down. That was Mosby on that carry.
They're finding ways to get through the line, Stuart.
Yeah.
9 and 10 yards at a time.
Testing the Hawks on the outside edges, which last week Jefferson Forest kind of went up the middle on us a lot.
Yes, they did.
But EC Glass has found success on the outside edges.
Mm-hmm. And they've been somewhat successful with the pass as well.
1st and 10, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, and running back to the left side of the quarterback. Quick throw is to 15. He catches it and will be caught on a high tackle at about the 39-yard line. Pickup of about 4. That was Jamar Smith on that catch. He picks up 4 and 2nd and 6, but we'll have to run the next play in the second quarter as the quarter comes to an end. And after 1, it's EC Glass 7, Gretna 0. So timeout on the field while things are turned around, and we'll be ready to go for you shortly. Reminder, the Hawks are on the road next week to travel to the Magna Vista Warriors. So they'll be headed to Magna Vista next Friday night for that contest. And so, again, our concern right now is for Matthew Thompson, who was injured during this drive. He is over on the sideline and is not going to play the rest of the night.
You can tell he's most frustrated.
Yeah, we don't know the extent of the injury, but he certainly looks like they're getting some ice to apply to the injury. And it looks like a right leg injury. I'm not sure if it's the knee or not. But they are trying to fix up an ice bag and attach that to his leg here. And we're set to go now with the second quarter.
Second and 6.
Second and 6 now for the Hilltoppers.
Start the second quarter.
Now on second down, White from the shotgun takes the snap, and he will hand it off number 3. He is caught in the backfield and will be brought down for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. That was Cottrell. Check that. That was Gilbert on that carry. And the loss is back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be
4 yard loss brings up
third down and a long 10. Third down coming up for the Hilltoppers. All right, 2 receivers each side. White back to throw. Throws it up for his receiver. That's Gilbert. Makes the catch. Wrestles away from one and another. In for the score. That was Gilbert on the 44-yard pass reception from White. And so now that runs the score to 13-0, and the Hilltoppers down for the extra point. All right, some players coming over and checking on Matthew Thompson, and one of the leaders for the Hawks, and hopefully this is not a serious injury. All right, here's the snap, kick on the way. It is good. And so the Hilltoppers lead it early in the second quarter by a score 14-0. And so, again, Thompson missed most of last year and was back for his senior season and injured here in the second quarter. And so now the Hawks will have to regroup without one of their leaders here, at least for tonight, we know. As far as the future, we certainly don't know that. Getting a lot of encouragement from his teammates. As number 17 coming over now. Demarion Hicks. Coach is coming over, giving him a little pat, a little bump.
Maybe they can do a Matthew rally tonight. So they can come back.
They're going to need a rally. And certainly a lot of time left. We'll see if the Hawks can get things going in a positive direction here. Trailing 14-0 here in the second quarter. Here's the kick, number 44, Packett to kick. And he's going to put a foot into it this time and drives Davis back, catches it at about the 7, up the middle of the field, and slips, I think, as he was trying to cut back to the left and goes down around the 21-yard line. Perhaps a little contact there from, I believe it might have been number 15 from EC Glass, who might have got a hand in there, Jamar Smith. So the 21-yard line, 1st and 10 for Gretna. All right. So Wooden in at quarterback still. Hayden Moon is his running back. Late receiver coming in. Thompson, of course, was playing receiver, so they'll miss him on offense too. There's Wooden to carry. Wooden trying to go left, and he's caught in the backfield and brought down with a big loss. Okay, a loss of 3. Second and 13 now. Second and 13. Second down and 13, and I see Matthew Thompson on the phone, so I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, Wooden this time will hand it off. Coming around the right side, they stringing it out on him. He's not going to be able to get through there. I think that was Davis. Dante Davis.
12 Davis with the carry.
He might have got a yard. Third down, 12 coming up.
When he starts running, he comes out like a supersonic burst. I would love to watch him run all the way down the field.
You got to get blockers to seal that defense from coming around.
I know.
Just didn't have it there. All right.
But he's a fun one to watch run.
He certainly is. One of the seniors on this team. Check that. He's actually a junior. All right. Wooden, back to pass. Pressure comes right away. He dumps it off in and out of the hands of Hayden Moon. Fourth down coming up.
Moon is incomplete. Brings up 4th and 12.
So now fourth down for the Hawks. Now 4th and 11. Punting situation. Donald Wilson III in for the kick. Back deep is number 10, Mosby, and number 3, Gilbert. High snap, but he gets it. Flag on the play. And the kick is pretty good. And going to take a backward hop, though. We'll be down about the 41-yard line. There was a flag, really, before the play got going. Offsides against EC Glass.
Offsides against Glass is called.
All right. Will they take the 5 and re-kick or just take the play? The punting situation has been a little bit dicey this year. All right. Waiting for all right. What are we going to do here?
It's like a re-kick.
All right. Offsides will be enforced. A 5-yard penalty. They will move the ball ahead 5. Place the ball at the 25.
Against Glass. Makes it 4th and a long 6.
Fourth down now. And again, punting has been a little bit dicey for the Hawks. We'll see here if that taking that penalty pays off. He gets a good snap, the pressure's on, and kick is away, and it's going to land about the same spot. Actually, there'll be a 2-yard gain for EC Glass. All right, so taking the penalty, lost a couple of yards for the Hawks, but
you win
still,
some, lose some.
Yeah.
It's a gamble.
So 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers, and Gretna defense out there a lot here in the first half, and it's probably taking its toll on them here. 1st and 10, white pistol look formation, man in motion. They're going to hand it, though, to the tailback going the other way on misdirection around the right side. Still on his feet.
Word.
Jumps over the out-of-bounds line, and there's a flag. This is after about a 15-yard gain. That was number 9, Braden Morgan.
Run by 9 Morgan.
Had a first down before going out of bounds. They're going to wave the flag off. Give him 15 yards, 1st and 10, EC Glass.
He could be
They pick up
on the track team.
Versus Team Glass.
The way he hurdled over that player, jumped over him.
And the ball now inside of the 25, 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Leading 14-0. Late substitution coming in for Gretna on defense, and here's White to throw. A little bit of pressure. Rolls out right, throws on the run. A strike to the number 14.
Was he inbound?
They're going to say it is complete.
Wow.
For about 7 yards on that.
7-yard gain brings up 2nd and
It
3.
was number 12 on the, number 14, Sam Tracy on that catch. 2nd and 3 now for
How many yards?
7. Quarterback to keep here, nowhere to go. But again, as I said earlier, he's a big fella and he can break some tackles. He did there.
With the carry, he'll have enough
And
for
he
the
will
last
pick
first
up
down.
about 6. First and 10 at the just outside of the 10. So they can get a first down before getting a touchdown here. Again, the quarterback, White, puts a man in motion. Going to throw. This is number 14 again. Catches it, runs ahead, spins out of a tackle, and he is in for the score. That was Tracy on the 10-yard catch and run for the score. And so now in for the extra point is Packett. Waiting now for Packett for the extra point. Snap, the kick on the way. It is good. And the score now runs to EC Glass 21 and Gretna 0. Here in the second quarter, Hawks defense had been holding tough, but starting to wear down here. EC Glass running a lot of misdirection, faking one way, going the other way. And they have made it work wonderfully here against the Hawks in the first half.
They have at least 6 that they've called the numbers to, in addition to the quarterback running. 7 have run the ball. You know, it's not just a one-man show. It's the entire team.
Well, when you look at the numbers they got over there on the far side, they have, a good number of players and are able to
at least 4 different ones to catch the ball.
And you got to be impressed with number 1 and number 3 for EC Glass, Cottrell and Gilbert, and their quarterback also doing an outstanding job too. It's George White. Throw in the mix there, number 10 also Trayon Mosby. So a very potent offensive attack here for the Hilltoppers tonight, leading 21-0. Here's the kick. This one is going to be taken by Davis at the 14. He dropped it, picks it up to the 20, 25, ahead to the 30-yard line, brought down there. Dante Davis. Glad to see that the Hilltoppers are going to kick it to him a little bit. Now that they've got a little lead, I think they feel confident they can kick some deep balls, and that gives Davis a chance because, last year he was so impressive returning kickoffs and kept saying last year he was going to run one back. He never did, but he got close a couple of times. Maybe this will be his year.
Maybe so. Hey, I'd like to see it at Appomattox, too. A couple of times.
First and 10 for the Hawks.
As many times as he wants to, actually.
Wooden takes it, hands it off, and right away. Man. That's Thomas coming in and nailing Hayden Moon in the backfield. Now, we forgot to mention Mike Thomas Jr. also is another one of the running backs they've used tonight.
Yeah. He can play on both sides of the line.
So second down now in 12 after a two-yard loss.
I'm sorry, who had that ball?
That was 8.
Number 8.
Hayden Moon.
Oh.
Second and 12.
I'm glad he got up from that because that was a hard hit. Really bad.
All right. Looks like Hawks are going to set 2 receivers right, one to the left. And here's Wooden to throw under pressure, gets it out of there. He's got a man open.
Yeah.
Caught at the 40, ahead to the 48-yard line. That was number 6, maybe 4, number 10. Cannot see those numbers. I'm tracking him. Amari Gunn. It is Amari Gunn, number 11.
How many yards was that?
I think that was 20 yards. 20 yards. No, 22 yards. Because they got it at the 30, lost 2, and then
got it.
22 yards. Ball at midfield, first and 10 for Gretna. Wooden gives it near fumble there, I think, and Moon had to kind of stop and collect the ball, and then by the time he did that, they were on him The loss of a couple.
2-yard loss brings up 2nd and 12.
Second down and 12 now for Gretna. Needing to string together some good plays, and they're having a hard time doing that. EC Glass is going to take a timeout right here.
Timeout, Glass.
Leading 21-0 here in the second quarter. Reminder again, we're on the road next week going to Magna Vista to face the Warriors. And the Warriors lost to LCA last week 40-0. And so Magna Vista, again, our opponent next Friday, and we will be on the road for that matchup.
And then the following week, there's a bye week. 16th. It's a bye week for Gretna.
All right, so 2nd and 12, we'll call it. All right. Looks like they've taken the ice off of Thompson here at the moment. The injured player for Gretna. So second down play now. Wooden in at quarterback. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. And here's a throw coming. Quick throw out. Complete the number 7, Chatton. Chatton on the right sideline near first down yardage. Looks like he'll be 1 yard short. That was Kamari Chatton on the catch and run. Actually going to mark him for an 8-yard gain. 3rd down and 2. Third down. That was about a 10-yard gain, actually. 3rd and 2 coming up. And this is going to be a tough 2 yards. You know the Glass is going to pack that middle here. Yeah, actually going to spread out. Wooden looking to throw. Has a little time, but he's going to be swallowed up. And he'll lose 3 or 4 yards. And then 4th down coming up. Again, you have to wonder a little bit of that fourth, you got 3rd and 2. And then you lose 4 on the pass because of the sack. And that puts you in a tough situation, 4th and 6. Looks like they will go for it. Well, no, I say that, and the punt team comes in. So 4th and 6, and the punting team is in. EC Glass leading 21-0, and the last couple of times the Hilltoppers have gotten it, they have just sliced up the Hawks defense, headed down the field for scores. Here's the snap, the kick on the way. This one will not be returned and will be dead at the 20-yard line.
Very methodically and patiently, the Hilltoppers have gone up and down the field. Stewart, they just took Matthew Thompson off the field in the little cart, yeah. So prayers for Matthew.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at around the 20-yard line. And White will operate from the shotgun. Back to throw. Looking for Gilbert. He's got him out there. And there was a bump up there at the end of that play, and they're going to call the Gretna defender for pass interference.
7.
Kamari Chatton with a little bump at the end of that throw. There's a flag also in the backfield, which probably is going to mean offsetting penalties. So the Hawks will get a break on the back end here, it looks like. Probably a holding penalty. It is holding.
Holding against Glass.
We got a
pass interference against the Hawks.
So offsetting penalties.
Offset will
1st and 10.
Start over.
1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. But again, White is throwing that ball up and letting Gilbert run to it. And he's doing a good job at that, too. He was right there again.
tell they've practiced that.
All right, here's a pitch, little shovel pass to number 2. Thomas threw the first down and more. He's across midfield. Finally brought down just short of midfield. We have another injured Hawk over on the far side.
20.
Slow getting up, I think, is number 11 for Gretna. This ball goes out from the 20 to the right to the 50.
30 yards.
30 yards. A shovel pass there. Again, a misdirection and a shovel pass back the other way.
It's good when you can cash in on your mistakes. And the Hilltoppers have
Looking
done
for that injured
tonight.
receiver, number 11, coming off on his own, but he's shaking up a little bit. That's Gunn, and he will take a seat on the sideline.
Looks like he's holding his arm.
All right, 1st and 10. Quarterback White puts a man in motion, and he will get it. Coming around the left side, gets a block, and we'll have the first down and more. That was number 10 on that carry, Tayon Mosby.
With the carry, held up for a last first down.
About 13 yards. 1st and 10. Again, getting those big chunks of yards. And again, EC Glass's offensive approach is they're hitting the outside, quick hitters outside, and misdirections on the inside. And it's working well here against the Hawks. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 1 will come in motion and set to the right side of the quarterback. White takes the snap. He'll hand it to him, and he is cut down immediately there by an excited Gretna Hawk. That was, we'll get his number as soon as we can see it, 55 for Gretna. That was
Loss of 3 on the play.
not on our
2nd and
roster.
13.
Unfortunately, not on our roster unless I misread the number. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
That was a great play.
Now 2nd down. And here's White looking to throw. Rolls out to the right side, now throws on the run. He's got a man wide open just waiting for it and catches it. Knocked out of bounds inside of the 10. I believe it is number 10 maybe. Yep. Mosby on the nice catch.
Pass from White to Mosby is complete. Having up for a class first down.
And the ball placed at about the 8-yard line.
That was from
Timeout Hawks.
Gretna takes a timeout here, as it'll be 1st and goal for the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers lead it 21-0.
I say 31 yards. Hilltoppers took the timeout. Hawks
Gretna took the timeout.
Okay.
Their 2nd timeout. All right, so here it looks like the Hilltoppers certainly in control here in the first half, and is doing whatever they want. So Hawks are giving 100% effort, but just not enough to counteract this Glass offense.
The players are bigger than ours, and they have lots of tricks in their bag.
All right, so
And when they make mistakes, they cash in on them.
White has running back Thomas behind him. Pistol formation. And he's looking to throw. And the catch is made. Nice coverage there. Called at the 5 and brought down at the 5. That was Gilbert, I think, again.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal now for the Hilltoppers.
He's injured a little bit.
Who's that?
Number
Gilbert?
3, yeah. And he's going to try to walk it out.
Gilbert
Number
comes up.
7 brought him down.
That was chatting on the nice coverage there.
4-yard gains.
And so now 2nd and goal. And here's the handoff. Thomas bulls ahead off the right tackle. The officials say no. The players say yes. It is 3rd and goal.
2 Thomas with the carry. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Took it to about the 1. So a gain of about 4 on that carry. And they'll push this one straight ahead. And touchdown.
Who had it?
Don't know who got it.
Touchdown flag.
Coming out of there was number 33 with it.
Okay.
Big fullback. Maquan Farmer, I think, had that carry. So the score goes to 27. Now pending the extra point by Packett. Packett's going to have to ice his leg too. Low snap. And he's not able to get this one through. It's no good. So the score remains EC Glass 27, Gretna 0. And we are in the latter stages here of the second quarter.
About 3 minutes, something on. The light pole is right in the middle of the scoreboard.
We've got some design issues here. When it what's the time? 3:24. 3:24 left in the second quarter. Glass in control here, leading 27-0. And and so now Gretna will receive again. And just right now, back deep is going to be Younger and Dante Davis. I think they'll get a shot at it here. Now waiting for the kick from Packett to get this drive going. Again, we are on the road next week to Magna Vista. So we are looking forward to making that trip. Packett ready to kick it. And here comes the kick. This one is going to be taken by Younger, who boots it, picks it up, and slips and takes a knee.
Then he jumped back up and wanted to run.
Yep, can't do that.
But they blew the whistle and said, come on back.
All right, so
Younger with the return.
at the 22-yard line is where the Hawks will start.
22.
All right. Wooden in at quarterback. He's got, looks like 3 receivers left, one to the right. He will take the snap. Quick throw is caught on the far side, and a nice run after the catch of about 8 yards. We'll try to catch that number for you. And I can't catch the number. I think that's I think that was to Amari Gunn. Amari was injured earlier, but is back in. Still looks like he's a little shaken, but an 8-yard gain there on the catch and run by Amari Gunn. 2nd and 2. All right. Here's another throw out. Dante Davis, and he was outstretched hands there trying to get it and could not bring it in. Probably could have been a little bit better pass, but it was catchable. 3rd and 2. Wooden, of course, is having to get the ball out quickly and probably affects his accuracy some. So 3rd down and a long 2 here for the Hawks. Boy, you'd love to get a first down right here. Give your defensive players a little rest. All right, Wooden takes a look. And we've got movement by Gretna. And so 51. This is going to be legal procedure against
51.
Or false start against Gretna. Number 51 was guilty of that infraction. And boy, you get a couple of good plays, and then you have a couple of negative plays back to back. The pass was off the mark, and then the false start. It takes you from a 2nd and 2 now to a 3rd and 7. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. And here's Wooden to throw, going for a big chunk here, and it's nearly intercepted.
No.
Safety coming across, number 21, almost pulled that in. That was John Wood, who almost was able to pull that in.
He came from nowhere.
And so now 4th down. Another punting situation.
The punt team's been on 5 times.
Looking at Amari Gunn coming off now. He's holding his left hip. So he's getting beat up out there. 4th down punting situation. And we've seen Donald Wilson way too many times this year punting. It's a good snap. Kick away. Probably his best kick of the night. And it's going to take a backwards hop, however. And he'll lose about 8 yards of that kick as it will fall dead at about the 40-yard line. So now Glass has it with a couple of minutes left here in the half. In control, leading 27-0. We'll see if the Hilltoppers go for the big strike here.
And then when they come back, they'll get the ball first.
All right, 1st and 10. White takes the snap, and there's a penalty. And it's a procedure call against the Hilltoppers.
Illegal procedure against Glass, 5-yard penalty will make it 1st and 15.
Now 1st and 15. All right, so they will reset and run again on 1st and 15. And White back to throw. And he's got a man down there, a little bumping at the, but good coverage there as the inside was sealed there. The intended receiver, Tracy, could not take it in as the coverage was there, 2nd down. White put a lot of zip on that ball. He didn't put the arc on that one. He threw a dart. 2nd and 15. Three receivers to the left side. Tight coverage here on Gilbert. And here's a little shuffle pass again. Gets through the line, and that's Thomas. And he is going to be short of the 1st down, but picks up a good 12 yards or so. And went up about 3 yards short. That shovel pass has worked twice here against Gretna. Thomas coming up with a cramp, I do believe.
11-yard game brings up 3rd and 4.
Thomas will come out favoring the left leg. I think a bit of a cramp. He will come over and take a rest. Now 3rd and 4. White rolls the pocket. Now throws low and complete for the 1st down at the 22-yard line.
Pass from White is complete. He made
Who
a
had
close
that?
pass, 1st down.
Could you tell who caught that?
I couldn't. Mosby on the reception.
15, about 16 yards.
1st and 10. White throwing. This one is complete after a bobble. Number 21 inside of the 5. Cuts it back in for the score. That was number 21, John Wood. John Wood. And now EC Glass leads it 33-0. And so now Hilltoppers will go for 2 because they missed an extra point. All right, here's White, a little fake, and he's going to keep it. I don't know if he made it or not. He did. Took a big hit at the end of that, but he's a big boy, and he's up and okay. And that makes the score EC Glass 35, Gretna 0.
1:15 left on the clock.
All right, still plenty of time here. A minute 15 to go before halftime, and EC Glass is in control here, leading 35-0.
Does that mean running clock?
Yeah. All right, so the Hawks will, of course, the loss of Matthew Thompson again tonight is probably on everybody's mind, and hopefully it's just a minor injury, but time will tell on that. And now EC Glass to kick. Back deep is Younger, Davis, Chatton. And now Packett might kick this one short because of the time factor. Yep, this one is a high one, taken fair catch by Ryder Brooks.
Fair catch by Brooks.
At the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for Gretna there. And so now the Hawks have just a little bit of time here before halftime. Trailing in this one 35-0. We mentioned earlier, we'll mention it again, we're on the road next week to travel to Magna Vista. All right. Wooden has 2 running backs, I think. He takes his snap. He's going to run it straight ahead, and not much there. He'll lose a yard or so.
Wooden with the carry.
Haven't seen Wooden run a lot tonight. He ran it a lot last week because he was running for his life. And he hasn't had to do that this week, but still.
He's run about 4 times. 4 times tonight. Negative 13 yards.
Loss there of 1, 2nd and 11. Well, they're going to move it back to right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Hawks are in no hurry here. All right, Wooden. Going to hand it off to Hayden Moon, and he is stopped in the backfield as well.
Hayden Moon with the carry, stopped for a loss on the play.
That loss is going to be 2 or 3. 3rd down. Ball will be placed around the 32. Maybe the 33. And I don't think they're going to run another play, so our halftime score is going to be the Hilltoppers leading the Hawks by a score of 35-0. We'll have some stats for you, such as they are, when we get back. And I guess the biggest loss we would say in the first half was Matthew Thompson being injured, and we don't know the extent of that injury, but certainly that is a concern going forward for the Gretna Hawks in their football season. EC Glass in control of this one, leading 35-0. We're glad you're joining us tonight, and tough task here tonight for the Hawks against the Hilltoppers, and EC Glass has opened it up at second quarter. I don't know how many times they scored in the second quarter, but trying to remember if they punted any, and I don't think they have.
They scored 4 times in the second.
4 times in the second quarter, and I don't think a single punt. So the offense has got things going.
They have not punted.
All right. Marching Hawks are performing here for the audience, the fans from both sides of the field. We are not able to pick that up, but thankful for the performances that they've been able to do. We could give you some scores. I'll give you some scores of the games last week. Gretna lost to Jefferson Forest 33 to 12. Lord Watertot lost to EC Glass 28 to 14. Magna Vista lost to LCA 40 to 0 last week. Dan River with a win over Tunstall. Chatham losing to Prince Edward. William Campbell losing to Stanton River. Appomattox beating Buckingham. Alta Vista losing to Lunenburg Central. And Randolph Henry beating Nelson County. Those were some games of interest last week. And, of course, we'll update you next week on how the games have gone this week. And so now we here at halftime. I want to remind you, got a message from Devin Taylor earlier today that they were en route to Pilgrim's Knob, Kentucky, taking a camper down for another flood victim family. And I would think they're there by now. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure how far Pilgrim's Knob, Kentucky is from Gretna, but we wish them safe travels, and certainly they're going to have to come back, too, at some point this weekend. So, again, a great need, and Campers Care Ministries kind of stands there in the gap and provides the need. We're thankful for what they're able to do, and any support that you would like to give them, we would appreciate that so much. Again, if you would go to their website, camperscare.org, and or their Facebook page, whatever the case may be, you can donate there online, or you can send the old-fashioned check to Campers Care, P.O. Box 1145, Gretna, Virginia. We, again, it's just a beautiful night here for football. Temperature, I guess, now is down in the 70s. And very nice out tonight. Great night for football. And for Gretna fans, don't be discouraged. I know it's been a rough couple of weeks. And it's a tough schedule. And certainly things will improve as the season goes along, but it's certainly been a couple of tough weeks here for the Hawks, giving up close to 70 points in 2 games, in 1.5 games actually, and only been able to score 12. So that can discourage you as a fan, but don't let it do that. Hang in there with the Hawks, and they'll hang in there with you. We're working on stats, and it's not going to be a pretty sight when we get those. But, again, the first quarter was going pretty good for the defense, but things kind of fell apart there in the second quarter. Gretna High School Marching Hawks have finished their performance here. And so.
Okay. You're right, it's not pretty.
All right, let's have it.
All right, I'm going to give you the Hawks. I always do that first. And remember, our blood runs blue and gold. No matter what.
And all over the field.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
But the Hawks have had a negative 13 yards rushing, 47 yards passing, so a positive of 34 yards, 20 yards in penalties. The Hilltoppers have had 107 yards in rushing, 213 in passing, 320 yards total, and 40 yards in penalties.
All right. And so you can see just how dominant the EC Glass has been here in the first quarter. We expect a running clock in the second half, and as you mentioned, EC Glass will get the kickoff to start the third quarter as well. So offensively, Gretna really has not been able to stop EC Glass on offense. EC Glass has kind of stopped themselves a couple times early, but you got to give credit on that high snap when White went back, picked the ball up, and found an open receiver in the end zone, and that seemed to really deflate the Hawks. And then they had the injury to one of their leading players, Matthew Thompson, and boy, it was a rough second quarter as EC Glass has poured it on here to take a commanding 35-0 lead here at halftime. Certainly a big hole for the Hawks, and we'll see how you respond to adversity is what builds character, and so possibly a chance to build a lot of character here tonight for Gretna, as we still have one more half to go here tonight. And again, not looking good for the Hawks faithful as they find themselves down 35-0. We want to also remind you of the need in places like Pilgrim's Knob, Kentucky, still out in Buchanan, Virginia, places that Campers Care has responded to with campers, and the need is great, and of course it takes money to be able to put these things together and to be able to help meet the needs of others. And we've got some great organizations in this area. Gleaning for the World comes to mind. Also God's Pit Crew comes to mind when there are disasters. You can also throw in Campers Care Ministries in there as well. Go where the need is and try to fill the need, and we appreciate and applaud all who do that. You were putting some messages out, or what are you doing?
No, it's yeah.
I thought maybe you was going to talk to me a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is somewhat of an emergency, so you keep talking and then I'll jump in.
I'm running out of words.
You're doing an awesome job.
Yeah.
I never doubt your abilities.
Yeah.
Please know that.
All right. Well, anyway, meanwhile, over here at the ball game, it is halftime, and again, kind of a silly halftime because it's such a one-sided affair tonight. And again, our concerns are for Matthew Thompson and the extent of his injury. He went out, was actually carried off the field, and he's a good kid and a hard player. Missed almost all of last year with injury, and hopefully it's not the same issue for this year. Time will tell on that, but certainly the Hawks will miss him tonight, and hopefully he'll be back. Just time will tell. So we are heading to Magna Vista next Friday night to take on the Warriors, and we will see how the Hawks are able to right the ship next week against Magna Vista.
Well, 3 non-conference games right smack dab at the beginning of the season. It's a good learning opportunity, Of course, you always are optimistic, but as you tell me many times throughout life, Kim, you need to be realistic. And realistically, did we think we would be on top tonight? Did we think we would win last week? I mean, we did beat them last year.
You always approach it, thinking you're going to win,
right.
And then you adapt or adjust and see what happens. And, each game, you can't go into it thinking we're going to lose. So
No.
you approach it. I remember all the way back when I was playing Little League, and I think we won no games the first year, 2 games the second year, 2 games the third year, but we always thought we were going to win every game.
And what did your coach say to you in the beginning?
Well,
at halftime?
It was in Little League. It was always the other teams were bigger than we are, so they always said the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And we also found out the harder they hit. And so, it's playing up against higher divisions is a challenge, but it does give you it does give you an advantage, I think, later on in the season when you're in your division, when you've gone against these bigger teams, tougher teams, and hopefully you've gained some experience and maybe some better playing ability because of it. So, again, what happens is as a result of the game, whether you improve or not, that's what remains to be seen. So, again, as we said, we'll have a running clock here in the third quarter, and EC Glass will receive first. And I have no idea how much time is left here in our halftime, but it's
about 3 minutes.
About 3 minutes to go.
Yeah. Right.
But
well, I do personally. I think the Hawks are playing better tonight than they did last week.
well, not as many penalties, even though there's been too many penalties. But they
had close to 100.
And certainly their effort has been there. They've given full effort, but they've just been outmanned, and it shows on the scoreboard and on the tally sheet as well. But anyway, Hawks getting ready to come back. Here's EC Glass on the field with doing their stretches and getting set to go here. Hawks, I'm sure, went back to the field house, and they'll be coming down here momentarily. But it's been a tough couple of weeks, but anyway, things will get better. You hate to lose a player, though, and hopefully that's not.
I know that.
Hopefully that's not the case. I was talking earlier, and one of the things we were hoping that wouldn't happen was we wouldn't have any injuries, and so we do have an injury to worry about. And don't want to dwell on that too much, but hopefully he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I hope so.
A couple things coming up in the future. We're going to be at a horse show a couple of weeks
The bye
from
week.
now.
The 16th and 17th.
On the 16th and 17th, we'll be over at the ODAC at the Ag Center over there announcing the horse show.
That's lots
and
of
so,
fun.
that's a lot of fun,
Yes.
and hope you'll come on out and join us for that. We'd love to see you over there.
Beautiful horses. I'm amazed at what they do. And the riders, I love their wardrobe and matching on the horse. It's just amazing. So you've got to come out. It's a great evening of family fun.
Also coming up in October, Old Timers celebration again. I don't have the exact weekend for that, but don't forget that's coming up too, that we want to look forward to here in our town. And we want to just remind you of that and be listening to the Cross FM for updates on that, and on 104.3 FM AM 730 as well.
Yeah, we are missing our radio crew this evening, but they had to go out of town to deliver.
Yes, Devin and Julie, and I don't know who else went with them, are delivering a. If you could send Devin a message, I'd love to see how many they delivered this week, because I know there were some others that were going down. Maybe if he could give you a little bit of an update on if they've made it safely and what they got going on. I'd love to hear from them, just to kind of let you know what's going on with that.
Tonight's number is 4.
And also, just to remind the listeners, you can participate
That number again is
with
4,
monetary
8,
donations
1.
Absolutely.
or with your prayers, or even items such as toiletry items.
Money for gas is something they need as well.
And I absolutely love the fact that you can donate Bibles. You know, you can give money
That's right.
towards Bibles, and in addition to, filling the camper with towels and toiletries, they also have a Bible in each one.
And so we're just very proud of the ministry that has developed here in Gretna, and I'm going to talk to Devin one day and just give you an idea of how the birth of this ministry came about. I think you'll find it a very interesting and inspiring story. So we're looking forward to that at some point this season. But anyway, as we said here, to open up the third quarter, Gretna will be kicking off to the Hilltoppers shortly. We do expect a running clock here in the third quarter opening as well, so it will probably be an earlier evening for us. But again,
All right, now what did you want me to ask, Devin?
did they get there okay? They doing okay? When are they coming back?
He may say it's none of your business.
Anything we need to tell the listeners? He might. Yeah. He won't tell me anything he don't want me to know. All right, so getting ready to pick this game back up here in just a moment. And now you look for some cramps and things perhaps here in the third quarter.
There's been a lost phone found.
All right, somebody has lost a phone. I don't guess it's anybody listening to me, but things do get lost, and they bring them up here to us. All right, so now again the Hawks, black pants, blue jerseys, and I believe it's a black number, white trim on it, blue helmet, and the big G on the side. Big G has been a little G so far tonight as the Hilltoppers have really turned it on here, especially in that second quarter. And the Hilltoppers, blue pants, white jerseys, blue helmets. And so now we're set for the kick. Might as well go ahead with an onside kick right here. All right. Hayden Moon is kicking. And here we go. He's going to pooch kick. Going to be taken at the 30. And up to the 40, 45, 50 across midfield. And down to the 43, 42-yard line. That was number 21 on that return. Wood with a nice return. And Glass has excellent field position at the 41-yard line. So nice return there by Wood. Sets his team up at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. And so we'll see if we have any new players in. Looks like White is still in at quarterback. Did an outstanding job in the first half leading the Hilltoppers. And he's going to throw it. Catch made. Coming back against
15.
the grain. Now cutting back to the outside. Breaking some tackles. Ahead for about 7. That was number 15 on the catch.
For 7.
Smith. All right, they're going to mark him back a little bit more than I had thought. So 5-yard gain. Second down. Second down play. Here's White throwing again on the little comeback, little catch by Tracy. And he is tough to bring down after that play. And he will get about 13 and enough for a Glass first down.
Enough for a Glass first down.
And EC Glass wasting no time going to the air here, working on that passing attack. And White has been, we'll have to get his numbers on his efficiency, but he has hit most of his passes here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion comes around, and we'll set up on the left side of the quarterback. And a bad snap. It ends up going to Mosby, and Mosby will be stood up around the line of scrimmage. He may have picked up a couple of yards.
And Mosby with the carry.
Mosby and White ended up side by side, and I think White kind of fumbled it a little bit, and Mosby reached out and grabbed it, picked up a couple of yards. Second down now for the Hilltoppers. Second down.
Okay. He has thrown it for 17 according to my unofficial stats. He's had 15 completions.
That's amazing accuracy. All right, on the second down play, handoff here is Thomas breaks out of a tackle, spins out of another tackle. He is down inside of the 15-yard line, near the first down. But, yep, they'll indicate a first down. So he gained about 6. First and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
I mean, you just can't bring him down. He kept rolling. And
all right, here's quarterback throwing.
Yep.
A little comebacker to
3.
Gilbert. And not able to get going there is good coverage there by Gretna. They started Gilbert out at wide receiver and then brought him back in and threw the catch to him, hoping he could make some yards after the catch, but good coverage there by Gretna. Second down and 9, gain of 1. White now throwing the other way again over the outstretched hands of the short Thomas.
Pass from White is incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 9.
And it'll be 3rd down.
Had he been a little taller or jumped.
Again, as accurate as he has been tonight, an incompletion is an odd thing here in his case. I think he's completed all but 4 passes.
Yes, and he's a senior.
3rd down and 9. White has running back by his right shoulder. Man in motion comes across, and we have a stoppage here. Illegal procedure against the Hilltoppers.
5-yard penalty will make it 3rd and 14.
All right, so now 3rd down and 14 after the 5-yard penalty. And man in motion comes across. And here's White rolling right. Throwing on the run in the gap. And he got it in there.
11
that
yards.
was number 10. Mosby on the catch
Mosby for a touchdown.
for about 12 yards.
11.
I think it was like 16 yards
Thank you, Devin, for answering.
because they had a 5-yard penalty, so I think it was like 16
You want to?
yards. Sure, let's go ahead.
Oh,
While we wait for the extra
I'm
point.
going to have to update my.
Okay. All right, packet to kick. Snap, kick is on the way. It's good. And the score now is EC Glass 42, Gretna 0.
So that was a 16-yard.
I think it was something like that. Oh, all right. All right, yeah, we'll do that. Let's give you some information while we're in this break for the kickoff. Devin says that they are listening while traveling down 81. Loving the broadcast. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Please ask the audience to consider meeting our Labor Day weekend fundraising goal. And we're starting to rebuild a church in Pilgrim's Knob. We have set a goal of $2,020 to raise this Labor Day weekend. And he says we are sounding great. Thank you for that. And, you know, instead of the Labor Day telethon, let's have the Labor Day campathon. And please help out if you'd like to. We'll give you, again, information on how you can make those donations to help out. Again, the goal is $2,020 for this Labor Day weekend. And it's just Friday. We got plenty of time.
Yeah. You donate and
All right.
then call someone, tell them about it.
Okay,
Challenge them to donate.
Here's the kick. Taken at the 25 to the 30, 45, to the 40 that is, and to the 43-yard line. Trying to catch who that was on the return, and last one coming up will be the one. Amari
Number 7.
7, Chatton. Good return. 1st and 10 for the Hawks now. Trailing 42-0. And so, one thing I wanted to ask about Pilgrim's Knob, I was thinking that was in Kentucky. Can you confirm that? He's got Virginia on there, but I was thinking Kentucky. All right, here's a handoff to Hayden Moon, and he gets, maybe a half yard. No gain, 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 for Gretna. Hawks are being a little more deliberate here. I think they realize the 42-0 lead is not something they're going to be able to overcome. But here's a throw. Whoa, into traffic. Intended receiver there was, I think, Ryder Brooks. It is in Virginia. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been saying Kentucky. I don't know why. Correct that. And that's in Virginia, Pilgrim's Knob. 3rd and 10 coming up. That was that pass there. The receiver and defender kind of ran together as the ball got there. Kind of thrown into traffic, too. There was a lot of bodies in the area. So 3rd down, 3rd and 10. And Wooden back to throw. Late pressure coming. Throws it up. He's got a man open.
Yeah.
And he caught it. Nice catch there.
Fair catch.
Falling out of bounds as he caught it.
Number 12.
That was Dante Davis on the catch. All the way to the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Gretna at the Glass 31. Maybe their best field position of the evening.
17 yards.
All right, 1st and 10. A little bit of confusion on this play. They're going to have to reset a receiver to the right from the left. And now we come in motion. The give is going to be Hayden Moon, and Hayden has just not been able to find anything there in that middle of the line tonight. Have an injured Hawk at the end of that play coming up. I think he's okay, favoring his arm, though, a little bit. Hayden Moon got a yard on it. The injury looks like he's going to stay in there and work that off at one of the linemen.
Stewart. Pilgrim's Knob is between Richlands and Grundy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Second and 9. Pistol formation. In motion, low snap. Wooden picks it up. Pressure. Hit as he throws, and it's going to be intercepted at the 10. To the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, down the sideline, midfield. He got blockers in front of him. He's going to go. He's to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. As Wood on the pick 6. All right, so
he went.
I think he caught it
70.
at the 10. Did he catch it at the 10?
I think it was at
Yeah,
the 10.
10, and so that's a 90-yard pick 6.
All the way down the sideline. He never stepped out, but he was meticulous as to where he put his feet, and he was running fast. Nobody could catch him.
48-0 now. Extra point from Packett. Kick. It's good. And now our score is EC Glass 49, Gretna 0. And we still got a lot of time left here.
2 minutes and something.
2 minutes left in this quarter. The clock is a running clock, so it is going faster than normal. But, hey, sometimes it looks like it can't go fast enough.
I'm running out of room. I'm going to have to go to another page.
All right, so Wooden was hit as he threw the ball, and then it was 21 Wood who came and stepped in front and caught it around the 10, returned it about 90 yards.
You know, he came across a play or two ago and tried to do that and intercept, and
Yeah, that's what they do
he was well.
from a safety position.
Well, he did it well.
They kind of stay back and just play and watch where the eyes of the quarterback go, and then they try to anticipate and move to the ball. Good job there. Also,
it was a good job.
Wooden being hit as he threw it also took some of the steam off the throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Packett to kick. And here we go. This one heading to, I think that's Chatton. Chatton going up the middle with a big burst of speed.
Wow.
Ahead to about the
please get up.
to the 44-yard line.
He's hobbling.
Yeah, he's got a cramp. That's Chatton who returned it, and he's got a cramp, I do believe. And so now, 1st and 10 for the Hawks. And Gretna starts at their 44-yard line. All right. Wooden, with that interception, comes back onto the field now. Takes it, hands it off straight ahead. And this is a nice run of about 5. Didn't catch who carried that. Younger, maybe. Samarian Younger. 2nd down and 5 now for Gretna. 2nd down. Wooden takes it, hands it off again. This time they'll meet him in the backfield. A loss of a 3 on that.
Younger with the carry.
And it'll be 3rd and 9. 3rd and 8 coming up.
3-yard loss brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 for Gretna. Trailing here 49-0 here to EC Glass. 3rd down. And here's the quarterback actually going to run it right. He slips. Going around 42 there. May have got a hand on his foot.
He thinks he did. He's clapping.
Yeah, that was Cashwell, I think, who may have tripped him up. 4th down. Looks like 4th down here, and they may go for this.
How much of a
Looks
loss?
like they're going to keep loss of about 4. All right, they're going to bring the punting team in. I see somebody throwing on the far sideline. I'm wondering if we're going to see a new quarterback for EC Glass. I saw somebody on the sideline throwing just a moment ago. All right, so Wilson has been busy for Gretna, certainly tonight. And he will be punting again here. Shorter player. All right, they're going to let the quarter run down. All right, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. And after 3 complete quarters, it's all EC Glass at this point, leading 49-0. I want to go back to Devin's message again, just to remind everyone. Let me get this where I can read it. Devin says that they are traveling on 81, heading to Pilgrim's Knob, Virginia. And they are having a fundraiser this weekend. And they are starting also to build a church in Pilgrim's Knob. And they have set a goal of $2,020 to raise this Labor Day weekend. So if you would like to help out on that, we encourage you to do so. And challenge others to help as well.
Your Sunday school class, family members, co-workers.
That's right. And,
Classmates.
yep, the need is great, and we can do great things when we work together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now getting set for the punt from Donald Wilson. Getting the sticks set straight over there. Looks like they're just about ready. And I do anticipate possibly a quarterback change in the fourth quarter. A high snap. Wilson gets it. Gets the kick out. Not a great kick. He's also run over in the backfield. And I don't see a flag.
Where's the flag
and
on that?
He was.
They both are down. Why is the? Yeah, where's the
All
flag?
right, Wilson maybe has a cramp. I don't know. He's down. That ball ends up falling and going out at the 33-yard line. There's
there
the flag.
it goes. Thank you.
All right, the flag comes very late, and this is probably going to be against Gretna. And we've got. Okay,
Oh, good.
That was one of the latest flags I've ever seen.
Well, he couldn't get off the field. I guess he knew he had to throw
He
the
couldn't
flag.
find it. It was down. It fallen down in his pocket somewhere. We couldn't get to it. Roughing the kicker. And now waiting to see where the ball will end up based on the flag. All right. It's going to be first down, I do believe. It is a first down.
He took one for the team, literally.
So
Roughing the kicker against Glass is the call.
it will be a first down at the EC Glass 44-yard line after they mark everything off. He's been under pressure all night. They've been getting close on him, and they were in there close that time, and a little too close as they plowed him down. And here on first down, it's a quarterback keeper. This was a new quarterback in there. Checking to see if Wooden is on the sideline. That was maybe a direct snap to the running back. Didn't quite catch it. A loss of 3. And I'm not sure. There's Davis on the carry. All right, loss of 2 now. Dante Davis on that. So I think he took a direct snap there. So here's Wooden again and a quarterback. Davis comes out for this play.
He knocked his helmet off.
And here's Wooden to throw. Under pressure, escapes, throws,
No, it
intercepted.
didn't. Sure
It's
did.
intercepted by
Number
4. And he's still on his feet.
Man.
Finally pushed out of bounds
Whoa,
at
he
the end
is
of the
not on
play.
the ground.
And there's going to be a penalty against Gretna. And hopefully we don't have a scrum here, but it looks like we've started one. And hopefully the coaches can get in there and take care of that situation. Looks like they did a pretty good job of stopping it. But again, this is going to be against Gretna. 15-yard penalty. Could be more than one penalty, too. All right, there was the hits continuing on out of bounds, and EC Glass players took exception to that, responded back, and then Gretna players responded in kind. So it was not a good-looking situation. And so what the officials are going to decide here, I'm sure it's against Gretna. Could it be an offsetting situation? Who knows?
To me, it looked like it was it should be offsetting.
Well, we shall see.
I see
Also,
2 flags out
you
there.
hope there's no body kicked out of the game. Personal foul. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so that play is the interception and a return back to where it is on the field. That was after the play. So it will be EC Glass ball at the 37 of Gretna. And let's see, I thought EC Glass might bring in another quarterback here in the fourth quarter, and I believe that is the case. Looks like number 12.
18.
Is it 18? 18, yes. 18, Callaway in for some reps here in the fourth quarter for Glass. He'll take the snap, hand it off to number 6. And not much there. A loss of 1.
1 yard loss brings up
Second down.
11.
Second and 11 for EC Glass. All right, so again, quarterbacking now is number 18, Callaway. Close the books on White, Kim, if you will, and see what his numbers are tonight.
At the moment, or you may wait?
He's not coming back in. Here's a handoff around the left side. Good pursuit and tackle made there. Number 15, I think,
15
on that carry. Got a couple of yards. Third down and 8.
3 yard gain brings up 3rd and 8.
Three-yard gain.
So third down and about 8. Callaway has running back to his right side. 2 receivers each side. And he's going to throw here. Complete.
He did.
And tackle will finally be made. That's number 21, Wood. What a great night he's had tonight. Interception return for a touchdown and a receiving touchdown. And he's been all over the field. Catch made there.
Good
Makes
for
it 4th and about 4.
4th and 3 left.
So he picked up 5. And a 4th down situation here for the Hilltoppers. In control here, leading 49-0 over the Hawks. And a little bit of confusion here getting lined up on the offensive side of things for the Hilltoppers. There's a late flag for delay of game. Delay of game against the Hilltoppers here.
5-yard penalty, make it 4th and 8.
And now, so 4th down coming up with 4th and about 8.
And officially, I have 248 passing yards.
And rushing yards, he had some rushing too.
4.
Thought he had more than that. Okay, so about 250 yards passing tonight for, there's a flag on the play on the handoff, number 6 on the carry. But again, this flag came early, and it's going to be a procedure call.
Illegal procedure against Glass.
He had enough for the first down too, so
Bring up
this will come
4th and 13.
back 5 more yards, 4th and about 12 coming up.
This is good experience for him,
Oh, yeah.
most definitely.
All right, so 4th down. Callaway will have running back to his right. 2 receivers each side. And looking to throw. And he's got a man wide open. He hit him.
Hit him.
Touchdown, number 15. Wow, that goes for 42 yards
Callaway to call.
to Smith.
For the touchdown.
And again, wide open, nobody within 5 or 10 yards. Good job by Callaway to find him and to hit him. And EC Glass now for the extra point. All right, extra point coming. Packet will try to pack one more in here. Looks like they got a shortage. Got another lineman coming in. All right, Gilbert to hold, Packett to kick. And here's the kick. It's good. And now our score goes to 56-0 now against Gretna. EC Glass in control of this one.
I know you said that's a rolling clock, but it sure doesn't feel like it.
It is staying rolling fast enough.
It's not rolling fast enough.
We need
For me.
We don't need a rolling clock. We need a running clock. We need a sprinting clock.
Rocket clock would be nice. Thank you.
All right, so the Hawks, you're still hoping they can tack on a score here. You really do. But we'll see. A couple interceptions the last couple of throws for Wooden. And EC Glass has turned them into points.
Yeah. I've been impressed with them. When they make mistakes, they cash in on those. I mean, they go to plan B. It might be 2 or 3 yards, but it's positive. It's not negative.
All right. Here's Packett again. We're tired of saying Packett. All right, Packett's going to kick it off. And here's the kick. This one is going to Davis. He'll take it at the 11. Davis, 20, 25, 30, and down at about the 33-yard line.
Well, Davis with the return.
Dante Davis. And the Hawks will begin. Looks like they're going to give him the 35. First and 10 for Gretna from the 35. And see some new players in on defense for EC Glass here. We'll see if the Hawks can move the ball. And here's a handoff right up the middle. Push back after a couple yards. Not sure who that running back was.
14.
All right, it was Younger.
14 Younger with the carry.
And we're going to give him 3 and call it second and 7.
Second and 7.
Second and 7 now for the Hawks. All right, second down and 7. Man in motion, and he'll get it. That's Davis going around the right side. Davis will have the first down. And the Hawks will get a new set of downs.
Davis is running good for another
Picked up about 8 yards. First and 10 for the Hawks. Now first and 10.
When you get a chance, when the game's over, can you tell everybody to take their trash to the trash can?
Okay.
On first down, here's a throw. Quick throw out to Chatton. Chatton slips as he tries to cut. And we'll get back right around the line of scrimmage. That's about it. So now third down. Third down and 10. Coming up. Is it third down? Why am I thinking third? Second down and 10. All right. Wooden throws. Amari. Gun. And this will be enough for a first down. All right. Gun gets about 13 yards on that. It'll be a first down. Hawks move the ball here. The Glass defense has substituted out first stringers and second string here. The Hawks are doing pretty well here so far. Here's Wooden to throw. There's a little hold there. There's a throw.
Oh,
it's
my.
complete. That's Jiggets. Jiggets for the score.
Oh, yeah.
41 yards to... I think that was Jiggets, I was thinking. Let's check that. I thought I saw a 2 on his jersey. All right, it's Gunn, okay. Gunn, 40, was it 40?
41.
41 yards. Amari Gunn.
Amari Gunn.
And the Hawks are on the board. And now they're going to kick an extra point. And if they get it, it'll be the first one of the year. So excitement here. Hayden Moon will hold. And Donald Wilson will kick. Snap is low and dropped. Moon's going to have to try to make something happen. He's heading to the end zone now, throws it, and bobbled incomplete.
So close.
Well, they're saying it's good.
What?
But I thought he dropped.
I did too. Oh, no.
Yeah. The official must have looked away too.
Well, there's a Gretna fan behind us saying it's good.
Yeah. And so it's no good, incomplete. Hayden Moon is a quarterback too, so he knew what to do with it. And he hit him on the money, but he just could not pull it in. Again, low snap. And the score remains.
Wouldn't that have been exciting?
It was exciting anyway.
Well, it was, but I mean, if it cashed in, that would have been even more exciting.
Score remains EC Glass 56 and Gretna 6. All right, the Hawks will kick it off, and likely the last kickoff of this game. There's been a lot of kickoffs.
That's one stat I haven't kept up with. I'm sorry.
All right. Again, don't forget now, we're on the road again. We'll head back on the road next Friday night. We'll go to Magna Vista to face the Warriors. Gretna will be 0-2 as they head that way, so definitely needing a win, and we'll see.
You should share the ways that they can check in with us, how you can listen in.
Well, you can listen in on us, 104.3 FM. You can listen to, if you're on Twitter, it's Voice of Hawks. If you are on Facebook, Gretna 411. If you are on Spreaker, you can look up Spreaker.com and search my name, pick it up there. There's a lot of ways to listen. If you want to listen, you can find a way. All right, waiting now for Hayden Moon to kick this one off. Again, it's EC Glass in control, leading 56-6. All right, here's the kick, onside kick.
Wow.
Nice one-arm coverage there by the EC Glass. And I don't know if he injured his arm doing that or not. He's a little slow getting up.
Number 11.
Yeah, he's injured. I don't know what he did exactly, but he kind of had to stretch in a precarious fashion to get that ball with his one arm, and he's limping off the field.
Thought his arm would have been injured, not his foot.
Oh, he's in pain.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in pain.
He took one for the team.
It may be a cramp, but he went across that field and fell out on the field on the sideline. All right, Glass has it now. 1st and 10.
2:20 left.
Quarterback hands it off right up the middle, and room to run. Number 6. He's going to finally be brought down about the 26-yard line. So that run there is good for 20, 30, almost 30 yards on that.
He was dragging about 3 or 4 Hawks with him as he kept going down the field.
1st and 10. That's number 6 on that run. Give him some credit. That was Carter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's strong.
Now 1st and 10. Glass looking to the sideline to get the play. Still looking. All right. There, they got the play. On 1st down, here's handoff. And he hit the ground, and he'll be whistled dead on the handoff. He slipped. And players starting to cramp up. I see a Gretna player there rubbing his calf out there. Number 55 for Gretna, rubbing his calf. So a loss of 4 on that. And I don't know who got it. Who
14.
14. Now 2nd and 14. And here's handoff again. Bobble as he goes through and tackled right around the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage. That may do it. So the gain of about 4.
Who had that?
I don't know who carried it.
17.
17, gained about 4, and that's going to be the last play. So we'll tally up these numbers. And again, if you're a Gretna fan, you're not going to like the sound of what we're going to tell you, but we're going to give you the numbers. Don't forget now, we are on the road to face Magna Vista next Friday night, and we hope that you will join us. If you're not able to make it out to the game, support the Hawks via radio or on thecrossfm.com. I failed to mention that way to listen earlier. So there are lots of ways to listen in on Gretna football. All right, Matthew Thompson on crutches coming out, and he has looks like an ace bandage or something on that right leg. Of course, probably will know more later in the week, but anyway, when you own crutches, that's tough. EC Glass players coming over and giving him a hand. So he's trying to go out and meet the players on the field, but just a little slow getting out there. And it's good to see the sportsmanship. And again, our final score was EC Glass 56 and Gretna 6. And so we're 0-2 here, 2 weeks into the season, and looking for things to turn around, and hopefully that will begin next week. So right now we're tallying up some of the numbers, and we'll have those for you momentarily. As we said, we will be on the road next week at Magna Vista to face the Warriors. And certainly we know that a tough game coming up down there as well as we head on out to Ridgeway. And my statistician is quickly adding up the numbers. And we'll have those for you shortly. Goes in the record books as EC Glass 56, Gretna 6. Final score here tonight. Hope you've enjoyed listening in. I know it's not the result that we would have liked, but that happens sometimes. And so here we are with final thoughts and stats for tonight. We'll have for you shortly. Again, the effort by Gretna tonight was a great effort, but just overmatched, overmanned, and what a job by the EC Glass quarterback. I think about 250 passing yards by our unofficial tally, and so it was a big night for George White and the EC Glass Hilltoppers. I'll have those stats for you in just a minute.
Okay, so I have Gretna as a -5 rushing yards, 118 passing yards. For the Hilltoppers, 148 rushing yards, 295 passing, 443 yards total for them.
Yep. Yeah. And I don't recall them punting any.
I don't have them as a punting at all. We punted 6 times.
When you don't punt in a game, that means you have a pretty good night. And so EC Glass had a great night, and they win it going away.
70 yards and penalties for them.
Yeah, they would probably want to improve that. But
20 yards and penalties for Gretna.
So anyway, it's a final score again of EC Glass 56 and Gretna 6, and that's going to do it for our broadcast for tonight. Again, we're on the road next week. We hope you'll join us when Gretna goes to Magna Vista and try to pick up their first win of the season next Friday night. We hope you'll join us. If you're not able to get to the game, join us here on radio, and we'll be glad to have you. Thanks again to Campers Care Ministries.
Hey, what matters now and always?
And remember, what matters now and always is the cross. And so we're going to close it up for tonight. Thanks again to everybody for joining us. And we'll be on the air about 6:45 next Friday night. We hope you'll join us then. That's our night for tonight. Again, our final score is EC Glass 56, Gretna 6. Good night, everybody.